Everybody, it's Eric. Happy Red Friday. We hope you are wearing red because we like to remember everyone deployed. Oh, before I forget, down here to the right of your screen, subscribe. Follow us on YouTube so when these videos go live, you can be one of the first to know. Today we're going to talk about MPRs, okay? What if the home that I want to buy doesn't meet the VA's MPRs? Now, first of all, what's MPR? It's minimum property requirement. So the VA is acting in your best interest. Okay, they don't lend money, which we've talked about. That's what we do here at low VA rates. We give you the loan. But what the VA does is they have this whole laundry list of things that you have to do and that lenders have to do to ensure that you're getting a good loan. Not only are you getting a good loan, but they don't want you to buy a home that doesn't meet their minimum property requirements. Now, what would things like this be? First of all, it's safe. Make sure your home's safe. Make sure it's sound. Make sure it's sanitary. You know, you can remember that. SSS. Safe, stable, sound, sanitary. You get the point, right? Maybe you could add a fourth S in there, maybe a fifth S. But ultimately, what they're going to be looking at, and it's not the VA, it's the appraiser that comes out to determine what your property is worth. They're also going to make sure that it meets these requirements. Is there sufficient drainage? You know, you don't want a bunch of water flowing into the house. Are you in a flood zone? And if you are, you're going to have flood insurance. Okay, how about access? Well, what do you mean by access? Well, we actually saw a veteran once way out on a rural county road that wanted to get into a home, and the way it was set up is this access road ran like right through their property, and it was all sorts of messy, and it didn't actually meet the VA's minimum property requirements. Marketability. If you're getting a log cabin in New York City, probably not going to happen, but that's marketability. No one's going to come buy that home from you. So the VA doesn't want you to be in a home that's not marketable should you ever need to get out of it. Is it free of termites or other pests? And the list goes on and on. Okay, so let's say you got approved for the loan and you found your dream home. And somewhere in this process, you find out that the home doesn't meet these minimum property requirements. What do you do? Okay, first of all, probably step one, make sure up front you avoid this at all costs by using a real estate agent that's familiar with VA loans and the VA's requirements, and use a lender like us because we can help put you in contact with a real estate agent or realtor that already knows this. But that goes without saying. Let's say you get there, you're excited, and boom, the house does not meet these requirements the VA has. What can you do? Well, number one, you can get repairs. You can ask the seller to help you with these repairs. And in a buyer's market, which we're not in right now, that's super easy. In a seller's market, it might be a bit more difficult. But for example, we've seen it before where maybe you've got a well and it doesn't pass the sanitary test. Because when you have a well at your house, you're not on city water. You've got to go take a sample of the water to get tested. And if it comes back that it's not up to standard, you could ask the owner who's selling the house to put in a new filtration system and stuff like that. So the owner can always help you do repairs. Okay, so what happens if, look, you're just so tied to this house emotionally, which happens, can you still get it even if the seller says, no way, I'm not doing the repairs, take it or leave it? Yeah, you can just not use your VA loan and you can use a conventional loan or some sort of alternative loan outside of the VA. You can buy the home, and then you can always refinance that non-VA loan later after you've moved into the home and done the repairs. So we've seen that happen before. Okay, so one other thing you might consider, what's really cool about VA loans and working with a direct authorized lender like low VA rates, the VA does grant authority to us to make certain decisions, and they also give latitude in their rulemaking. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have to obey these rules. There are certain black and white rules, and most of these MPR regulations are black and white. But in some circumstances, we can get on the phone with the VA and we can talk through this, and there might be some minor situations where you can make where we can make exceptions and get you into the home that might miss a couple of these MPRs. But again, I wouldn't bank on that. Nonetheless, you can avoid getting a home that doesn't meet the minimum requirements. Again, remember this, work with a VA lender like low VA rates that up front can make sure we're not having you work with a real estate agent that doesn't know this stuff. All of these headaches and frustrations can be avoided if you know this list of minimum property requirements up front. So before you go, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do it below and make sure that you're wearing red every Friday so that you, like us, can show everyone out there that you support the military.